Almost time for gay baseball. I know you love me, kid. You, me, in a Canadian cottage now. Oh, shoot. That other guy is making him blush and whatnot. That's great. Hey, guys, gals, and non binary pals. Today, obviously, as you can see, we're going to react to some LGBTQIA plus memes and the Reddit LGBT memes. I'm your host, Kai. Let's jump into the video now. So, as you all know, at least when this video is uploaded, like not when I'm recording this video, because I'm recording this video in May, but when this video goes public, it is Pride Month. So, here's that's why this little picture has to do with that. Anyways, let's go something for the preachy people in your life. 70% of the kisses depicted in the Bible are between two dudes. Enjoy Pride Month, dumpers. Yeah, I mean, that is a good fact to know during Pride Month. Is 70% of the kisses depicted in the Bible are between two dudes, and somebody's like, "No, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. Have you read the Bible?" Yes, actually, multiple times. I fell asleep a lot during Leviticus, right? Because like Leviticus is a very boring, dry book, and it takes a lot of effort and persistence to read through that thing, because a lot of it's like spill the blood on the altar for this and this, do this on this certain day of the week, blah 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 blah, dry, boring ass shit. But anyways, yeah, I mean, 70% of the kisses depicted in the Bible are between two dudes. So joy Pride Month, Bible thumpers. So, like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, what about this?" Right? Well, May is Appreciation Month. November is Veterans and Military Families Month. So, anyways, the meme's like, "And next week we'll start Pride Month," and then like the Homer's got the "Make America Great Again" hat. It goes, "Duh, why don't the troops get a month? That's May and November. You never use them, but I want that one." And that is true, is like the bigots, right? The homophobes and the transphobes, like, "Oh, why does June have to be Pride Month? What about military people?" It's like, actually, if you look it up, military people actually have multiple months for different military things and multiple days. But you never pay attention to that. You only use the whole thing to attack people that are queer during Pride Month just to be bigoted jerks. Because, like this post says, in May it's Military Appreciation Month. November is Veterans and Military Families Month. You got you got V Day, you got Pearl Harbor Day, you got all these multiple days. You got Memorial Day, you got 4th of July, you have Veterans Day, you have multiple ones. Those exist. It's not us queer people's fault that you just totally ignore it. And it goes, "Win post here." And so the trans girl's like, "And this is my voice 1 year on estrogen." And her friend's like, "E doesn't change your voice." And then she thinks about it and she goes, "I'm Luna and these are my tits after 1 year." And her friend blocks it. She's like, "Okay, I'll show you some progress." Oh, that was a good one. Someone you know is gay. Someone you know is bi. Someone you know is roller rink carpet. Someone you know is transgender. Maybe someone you love. I don't get the roller rink carpet one, but yes, this is true. Like, someone you know is most likely gay. Someone you know is probably bi. And someone you know is transgender. And I think a lot of times when it comes to the queer community, a lot of hate that the queer community gets is a lot of people do not know any queers. Like, for transgender people, for trans men and trans women and other people that fit under the trans umbrella, a lot of people are able to throw trans people under the bus because they don't know any trans people personally. And so they're able to believe in the stereotypes and lies and misinformation that is spread around by trans people. But the thing is if they were actually to know actual trans people, they probably wouldn't buy into the misinformation or the lies. So that's something to think about. Port meme for the trans actor Elliot Page, who faced online trolling for obvious reasons. No one can deny that he had some serious character arc in real life. A fighter in 2006, a fighter in 2026. Whether it be Kitty Pryde or Achilles, he is awesome. He is awesome. I'm actually somewhat of a fan of Elliot Page. I mean, Elliot Page, was, of course, an X-Men. Uh, Elliot Page was also in a movie I like called Juno. He was excellent in that. Elliot Page was also in a good Christopher Nolan movie, I mean, you all know the Christopher Nolan movie that he was in. I can't think of the name of the title of the movie at the moment because apparently I'm an idiot. I think it's the one where you go into it. Oh, Inception. And I mean, there's all the other multiple movies. Oh, Elliot Page was also in the TV series Umbrella Academy, which was created by Gerald Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, and an ex-comic artist. Because yes, Gerald Way originally used to make comics, and after September 11th, created the band My Chemical Romance, and then went back into it. And My Umbrella Academy was one of the comic books that he worked on, and Elliot Page plays the character Victor. So yeah, here's a T-shirt that you can get the person that there's just waiting for their egg to crack, and they're just not sure what their pronouns are, and they're figuring themselves out. I'll let you know my pronouns as soon as I figure out what the fuck they them are. I like that. They're like, as soon as I figure out my pronouns, I'll let you know. This is a perfect T-shirt to get your, egg. The person that that their egg is starting to crack, but they're not quite sure who they are as a person because they haven't discovered their identity. So this is really good to get them. So apparently this is from a 1990s car rental company, and even though it's an LGBT memes, it's also a moment of excellent ally, right? And it goes trans leasing lease card from June of 1994. But if you look at it, the colors on it are the accidental pride flag. So it's not only an accidental ally, but an accidental pride flag, which we haven't done actually a video for the longest time of accidental pride flag. So perhaps we'll need to do that in the future. And this person's like, I'm never going to financially recover from this. Me coming out as gender fluid, and the person's happy, and he goes, my wallet, realizing I need to buy 2 wardrobes. I mean, it's not wrong. Like, if you're gender fluid, sometimes you are male, sometimes you're female, and sometimes you're non-binary, and sometimes just something else completely. So, like, yeah, I guess you would have to buy, like, 2 freaking wardrobes if you were gender fluid. That's a good one. Yeah, I guess your wallet would never financially recover from that. And it's like trans time, damn right. Estrogen in this male assigned body? How queer. I guess we doing titties now. Remember that gender identity is not equal to gender expression. You can be a masculine type person expressing trans woman or feminine presenting trans men. And it's that senpai of the pool meme, right? And it goes, senpai of the pool, what is your wisdom? You can still be trans femme even if you don't like wearing dresses and makeup. A lot of cis women don't wear them either. I mean, yeah, which is true. There's like a lot of people that are cisgender women and they're tomboys. So you don't have to fit the stereotype. I mean, you broke out of one stereotype box. You don't have to fit yourselves into another stereotype box just because society thinks that's the way things should be. Society thinks a lot of things, and society should just be ignored. And I'm not just saying that because I'm antisocial and an introvert. How bro felt after calling the white twink good boy and watching him forget how to breathe. It's like, good boy. And then the twink's like, oh no, how do I breathe? And this person's like, I need to hide under my blankets for a while. Actual thoughts I had before my MTF egg cracked. I can't relate to any male characters in any media I've seen. How can all these writers be so terrible? And in reality, all those writers weren't so terrible. I mean, a lot of them might have been terrible because a lot of people that think they are writers aren't writers or are really good at writing. But like in this particular person's case, it was the reason they couldn't relate to the male characters is they themselves weren't male. In all honesty, I can't relate to the male characters either. Anyways, yeah, good meme. Person's like, I learned acceptance last year, right? So this is before they learned acceptance. Gay people are an abomination and should die, and it's clown face. And it goes, my friend of 8 years came out as gay. Is he really bad? And they're like, oh yeah, my gay friend isn't bad. Racism hurts those on the receiving end. Does my homophobia do the same? And he's like, oh, yeah. Maybe I have this all wrong, and it isn't what God would want me to do. Damn, gay people are really just people with different attractions. And yeah, that's exactly it. Like, homophobia is not something someone is born with. No bigotry and hatred is anything anyone's born with. It's something that's taught to you. And in reality, the Bible doesn't say anything about gay people in a negative light, like people like to claim. It is all mistranslation, and the word homosexuality did not appear in the Bible until 1948. The original context in the original Hebrew is actually the word that's used is for pedantry, pedantry, right? And it's all of what it's actually talking about is that an adult man should not lay down with a child, and if he does lay down, an adult man lays down with a child as he does with a woman, he would be stoned. So it is a verse against pedophilia, and then all the other verses are just people reading into stuff that's not even there, like, and even if it wasn't there, the lives of the LGBTQIA plus community, the sacrificing of their lives is not worth it. You know, one page in the Bible is not worth all these lives. Like one sentence, one line in the Bible is just not worth all of that. Those people's lives are worth a lot more. Let's be friends as long as you believe in equality. We can disagree and still be friends. Does not apply to racism, sorry, let's try that again. We can disagree and still be friends. Does not apply to racism, sexism, homophobia, or transphobia. Amen, 100%. What would you do? What if you're bisexual and both your male and female crushes started dating each other? What would you do? Purely hypothetical question. Totally didn't happen to me. I mean, if they're down with it, maybe you should date both of them. And then they're dating each other and dating you. And I mean, it's a win-win situation if that's a possibility. So, hypothetical question. Is that a possibility? Because so, if that's a possibility, hypothetically, I think you should just date them both. Just saying. That's it. That's like if you're into that. You're bisexual and everyone is hot. What if I only like men? Damn, she's hot. What if I only like women? Damn, he's hot. What if I only like men? And it's just a continuous cycle. Like, they're like, what if I like men? Oh, damn, that girl's hot. Wait, what if I only like women? Oh, damn, he's hot. And it just keeps going and going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And it goes, when you are dating with a foodie. Wow, this food looks delicious. I better take a picture and show it my friends online. Wow, this food looks so delicious. I better take a picture and show it to my friends online. Wow, this food looks delicious. I better take a picture and show it to my friends online. Dude, stop it. He's taking a picture. You know what? It's on YouTube. We can't tell you what he took a picture of. You just got to go with it. I hope this video doesn't get flagged. Oh, that's a good one. How to be lonely with one step. You can't be friends with the gender you're attracted to. Bisexuals. I got that meme. The thing is you actually can be friends with the gender you're attracted to or the genders you're attracted to. Nothing is stopping you other than some outdated morals and values that makes no sense from a logical perspective. Like, from a logical perspective, like, when people say this, that's just because they can't deal with their own jealousy issues. That's more of a them situation and not you situation. You can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Like, that kind of logic I never got. Like, growing up, I was friends with plenty of men and women and whatnot, and still was able to remain friends with them. I don't see why that would even be an issue. Like, people just make issue out of thing. It's making, like, a mountain out of a molehill. So it's another one that's, like, you know, a bisexual meme, and it goes, being called pretty by a guy. Being called pretty by a girl. This person's like, shitty trans memes part 1. And it goes, why get bottom surgery if you're already a bottom? I mean, if you're already a bottom, why do you need bottom surgery? You're already a bottom. I mean, I get it. Talk about a good play on words. And so this little meme is like average transgender person versus the United States government right now, right? And, well, you can see the meme on the screen. And, yeah, actually, unfortunately, that is what's going on because the 34-time felony R word. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to say it without this video getting flagged because I don't know YouTube's guidelines anymore. But yeah, the 34-time felon, sexual predator, if you will, all-time criminal, bankrupt, moral con artist that's in office has an issue for some reason with trans people and signed his executive order claiming that they're an enemy of the United States government. So yeah, this memes makes perfect sense because yeah, that's exactly what trans people are going through right now, being a target of the U.S. government when they've done nothing wrong. Scarism, Fern Comics. Okay, let's click on it. As president, I'm pleased to announce that we have labeled anybody who follows this transgender ideology as un-American and threats to our country, as outlined in the new counterterrorism strategy handbook. Wowie, let's go check on one of these other dangerous un-American threats to country in action. I bet they're really scary. Chat, Athena, I don't want to play anymore. Too bad, get moving. Come on, Fern, it's horror game time. Ah, terrifying indeed. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, like you know what? Like I find it funny the person that's calling people a threat is literally the person that's a threat to democracy and human decency everywhere. And real quick, tell me what you think of my Donald Trump impersonation. I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad. I bet it was the worst you ever heard. A man came up to you with a tear in his eye, said that's the worst Donald Trump impersonation I've ever seen. I never want to hear it again. Oh, that hurts my voice. And this person's like, this is me and my bestie, only replace the gay flag with the pan flag. I ship you with your friend. Literally me and him. And the person's like, the fuck did I do? I wonder who's the terrorist. ICE, that kidnaps people, fatally assaults American citizens, searches without warrant causing the death of 2 American citizens, or trans people that literally just exist, breathe oxygen, and want to be their true self. Obviously, it's ICE. The whole entire Department of Homeland Security. Just the concept of Department of Homeland Security are the actual terrorists. Don't let them fool you. ICE has never been the good guys, okay? And even when they were called immigration, neutralization, blah, 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 whatever they are. Borders are just invisible lines. Laws are just threats created by the dominating social economic class of any given nation. That's it. But the point being, before I just went off into the rant, is ICE has never been the good guys. And when they were called INS or whatever, they were never the good guys. Department of Homeland Security was created by that terrorist George W. Bush after the war in Iraq and Afghanistan started, and he wanted to target people that were brown from Middle Eastern countries because he was a racist piece of shit. This person's like getting really tired of all the trans hate. My trans sisters and brothers literally are just out here trying to exist. You all really have nothing better to do with your own lives. Trans people, we just want to exist. Conservatives. And I took that personally. Yeah, they're like, how dare somebody different than what I consider normal? How dare they? How dare people just want to exist? That's exactly how they're acting. It doesn't affect you whatsoever. I want to send a message to all these straight cisgender people that are transphobic or homophobic or any kind of phobic. It doesn't affect you. It has nothing to do with your life whatsoever. Mind your fucking business. And this person's like, I'm dead. When she starts talking about living in a cottage together in the woods with 2 cats, but the saxophones are getting louder. This is a lesbian meme. Like this one. I mean, who living in a cottage, like together in the woods with 2 cats, like doesn't sound that bad. It sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm allergic to cats, so that wouldn't work out for me. But like, who doesn't want to live in a cottage, especially if the cottage is out in the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, and you don't have to deal with the bigoted people, and you don't have to just deal with people in general. I mean, what would also be great is not only living in the cottage in the woods, right, but then having your own little garden with fruits and vegetables, right, and have berries and stuff like that. And then, like, growing certain plants and whatnot that you can create your own dyes. I mean, I'm just saying, sounds like the life to me. It's okay to like ancient civilizations, but we gotta avoid idolizing them. Oh, yes, definitely. Because folks painting ancient Greece as LGBTQ plus utopia. Looks inside, rape, pedophilia, toxic power dynamics, and misogyny. Yeah, like, yeah, were the Romans okay with, like, certain LGBTQ stuff? Yes. But, like, there's so much wrong with their society. They were just as fucked up as we are. And in some particular situation, even worse. So, like, it's okay to like ancient civilizations, but we do gotta stop idolizing them and making it seem like they were this kind of haven or utopia when they were just as screwed up. Like, the past was never as good as we think it is. We need to do what Walt Disney said and keep moving forward and keep progressing and embrace more progressive ideas. And it goes, collect my pronouns, gender man. Instead of Slender Man, where you have to, collect the notes and stuff, it's gender man. You get to collect other people's pronouns. That's cool. I like that one. Harsh truth. The GOP only see conservative queer people as tokens and a way of spreading conflict within the LGBTQ plus community. Once they get their way, you'll be thrown to the wolves with the rest of us. And that is true. Is the GOP will never accept conservative queer people as one of their own. They'll never accept non-white people as their own either, because the GOP, the Republican Party, the modern conservative political party in the United States of America, aka the Republican Party, aka MAGA, only see straight, white, cis men as the okay group. So if you are not in that group, then they will throw you under the bus as soon as they can, because they just see you as tokens in a way of spreading conflict within marginalized communities. They will throw you to the wolves. That is why a lot of people call them, the leopards eating the party face. And so do not be surprised when the leopards eat your face. This person's like, I made some memes about gay conservatives because these guys are ridiculous. Okay, this is Bill. Bill is gay, but accepts and supports trans people. Bill is smart and knows that conservatives use the divide and conquer strategy to break up the LGBT plus community, and that as soon as they are done with trans people, they will come after the rest, because the conservatives couldn't care less about the gay conservative community. They hate anyone who doesn't follow their predetermined gender and sexuality norms. Bill knows that, for the reason we need to support anyone in this community now more than ever, even if they don't have the same gender identity and sexuality as Bill. Be like Bill. Yes, definitely be like Bill. Like, the Republican Party will always use bigotry and hatred to get their votes and to get what they want. If you don't believe me, look up Nixon's Southern strategy. And it goes, gay conservatives, what is my purpose? Conservatives, we need you to cause division in the LGBT plus community, but when you've completed your job, we will come after gay people and destroy them too. We couldn't care less about you F slurs. My God. And yeah, exactly. They don't care. Like all these gay conservatives that think that the Republican Party has their back, when they are done, they're coming after you. You totally ignored that poem that we came for because once they come from all those other groups, there's nobody going to be left standing up for you. And it goes, me seeing gay conservatives use the same arguments against trans people that conservatives used to use against gay people. Oh my God, yes. Like all the old arguments that homophobes used to use towards gay people are now the same type of arguments that gay conservatives use against trans people. And it goes, gay conservatives, I can excuse them calling trans people mentally ill, but I draw the line at homophobia. The LGBT plus community, you can excuse them for calling trans people mentally ill? Of course they can, because, again, they're willing to throw their own community under the bus in order to be the token person and think they're being accepted, but they're not realizing that they're going to get thrown under the bus as well. So that's all we have time for today. Comment in the comment section of what you thought of any of this content that was in this video. We'd love to hear your feedback. But remember, in the comment section, it is a safe space for LGBTQIA plus people and marginalized groups and other oppressed groups of people. So any comments of bigotry and racism and hatred will be deleted and you will be blocked. Because remember, as this sign, oh, it's right there, says behind me, no hate has no place here or no home here. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. Like I said, comment in the comment section, but remember that right there. And also, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of this kind of content from me or Tanya, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of future videos, or also hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to join the Fox Den. It's totally free. So yeah, hit the subscribe button because of that. And like I said, check the description bar for any of the links and stuff. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. And remember, wait, where is it? Okay. Remember that right there. Like I said, any hate, anything. Anyways, thank you for watching. I've been your host, Kai. Until next time, peace out.
for the workers, for the nurses on their feet, for the teachers buying pencils, for the families in the heat. Power to the people isn't just a slogan on a wall. When we organize together, we don't rise alone, we all rise or fall.
Healthcare on the table, but your credit's running thin. Pre-existing condition means the system won't let you in. Meanwhile, lobbies line the hallways, writing up the bill. Profit over patient, and they call that goodwill. Housing is a human right, not a hedge fund asset play. But investors buying blocks, pricing working folks away. 40% of rent just so somebody's portfolio